Hello, my name is Kayhan Parsi. I'm the Graduate Program Director here at the Niswonger Institute for Bioethics and Health Policy. I wanted to welcome you to a new year. It's January 2008. And for those of you returning, welcome back. And for our new students, welcome to the program. I think you'll find the courses in our program to be really engaging and hopefully enriching and helpful in your development as bioethicists and people committed to this field. What I'm going to do for the next few moments is to provide you just a brief overview to the course that I'll be teaching this semester, Principles of Healthcare Ethics. Principles of Healthcare Ethics is one of our required courses. It's a foundational course. I think it's a very important one. So I just wanted to spend a few moments with you going over some of the nuts and bolts of the course. First of all, there's a few required texts, and hopefully by now you've purchased them through Amazon or Barnes & Noble. The 3 or 4 major texts that we'll be using are the Beecham and Childress textbook, Principles of Biomedical Ethics. We'll be using another book called Bioethics, A Systematic Approach by Gert, Culver, and Klauser. Another book by Tris Engelhardt, Foundations of Bioethics. And then fourth, a book called Stories Matter, which is an edited volume by Rita Sharon and Martha Montello, and it's a collection of essays dealing with narrative ethics. And my approach to this course is to give you all basically a common literacy of bioethics terms and discourse and vocabulary so that you all have what I would think is a good familiarity with issues related to principle-based bioethics, common morality, Engelhardt's kind of libertarian, minimalist kind of bioethics, and then narrative ethics. And so I think having gone through all these textbooks, you'll have a pretty sound knowledge base with regards to these different areas of bioethics. So those are the major texts that we'll be using. And as far as your requirements of the course, those are all spelled out in detail in the syllabus, so I won't belabor that, but basically there's weekly readings, there's weekly online discussions that we'll be having, and I'll have 3 or 4 trigger questions for each week. There'll be a midterm case commentary, a rather short, informal narrative essay that you'll be asked to write on, and then a more formal scholarly paper for the final paper, and that'll be due at the end of the semester. So those are the major requirements of the course. What I also like to have you get involved in throughout the course is a few conference calls. And what I do is typically invite one of the authors of our text. So I've invited in the past Tom Beecham to discuss with us some aspect of his book with us, one of the authors of the Gert, Culver, Klauser book, either Bert Gert or Dr. Culver, and I've invited other speakers as well. So that's an opportunity for us to have a real-time conference about a specific work that we're dealing with, and I think it's a really added bonus to be able to speak directly with one of the authors of those texts. So those are the major requirements of the course. I think you'll find this to be, an interesting course. The first 4 weeks or so will be actually taught by a guest lecturer, Chalmers Clark, who is a philosopher by training, and Chalmers has done this before, and he'll lead the discussions related to the Beecham and Childress book. Chalmers did a wonderful job last semester. I'm sure he'll do an equally wonderful job this semester. He's a very engaged instructor online, and I think you'll have, because of his philosophical training, I think you'll have a very good grounding with the Beecham book. And then we'll move on to the Gert, Culver, Klauser book, which I'll help direct, and then the Engelhardt book, and those will be the remainder texts that we'll be covering, and I'll take care of the remaining 2/3 of the course, but the first third will be run by Dr. Clark. So overall, I think it's a good course. I hope you find it of interest. I look forward to our discussions together, and if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at kparsi@lumc.edu. So I look forward to our discussions online. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks.